Have you ever wondered what games you should keep or you should lose? Find out here at Purge Reviews.
Top Race is a racing game. Now, this game has been re-implemented by Downforce by Restoration Games, but we're talking about the original Top Race. This is a really fun little racing game where you'll be drafting which cars are going to be. And when you play a card from your hand, you have a certain amount of cards in your hand, you are going to be able to move not just your card, but other players' cards. So how you play these and what order you play them, and when people are blocked, so you might be playing green, but you're going to play this to help white, but white's blocked in, so it's really a wasted turn. That will kind of play into it. There is a variant that uses betting in this. I think it's a much stronger game once you infuse that variant of betting. And I think in Downforce, it's just the game. They incorporated all in. I think that really separates this game from the others. So it's another racing game. You're using cards, you're not moving just your own, and it has that betting mechanism. I think that brings that game up into be something else. Got some really neat little components that are with it. And, this is one of the better racing games to me. Thunder Alley is my favorite, but I would put Top Race right up in there with Downforce as one of my top racing games. The game is not without strategy. I mean, you can only spin the cards that you have, but how you manage those cards and how you spend them amongst other people. Now, once you add that betting in, it's not only about your car winning, it's about how much you're betting on the other cars. That will play into it also. For me, this is a keeper, not a terrible racing game. I'm not a big racing game fan, but I think this is one of the better ones that you can add to your collection. Top Race is a hit. Here's Top Race by Wolfgang Kramer, the strategic racing game. Okay, we have some rules which we'll take a look at in a few minutes. We'll get a board, we'll set that aside and take a look at it. Then you're going to look at the components. So, the box is way bigger than it needs to be to fit the board. Let's take a look at this stuff. So here are the components for the game. You're going to get paper money, which is a big no-no in gaming. You're going to have these cards. They have this kind of weird finish to them. They're very thin, and they have this weird finish to them. They just feel strange. You're going to have your driver's cards in each of the colors. You're going to have these little miniature cards, which are super cute, and I like them quite a bit, and they look really good on the table. You're going to have a bunch of betting, and these are double-sided. And you're going to have some pencils that will be included. A lot of games forget to give you the utensils, so you open this up at a con, and you don't have any pencils. This one does. So components are pretty good. The cards could have been thicker. Don't like the paper money. I do like this. These cards are fine. You just kind of draft them and put them in front of you. And then the betting slips are really well. And this is really where the advanced game is going to open up. On top of that, you're going to get a board here that will come out. And you can see it's got all the racing stuff that you need on it. It's going to have the discard pile up here, spot for the racing, and then the finishes, how much you're going to make for all the finishes. Here are the betting slips where you will bet as you go through. And it's a very nice board. So here is the rulebook to Top Race. You can see on the back is a different language, but you will open this up and you will have a picture of all the components over here, setup, and the object of the game. Then I'll tell you the basic rules, which are very easy. Some things dictate based on the number of players that you're going to have. And then tell you about the special cards and the end of the race and how to score it. And it recommends playing 3 in a row. The advanced game that will include the betting, which I highly recommend you play with, and then some variations that will come through here. And then there's a rule if you want to play with your kids. There are some things that make it a little bit simpler. And that's all you have. You can probably read this in 5-10 minutes, maybe 20 if you never played a game like this before. I think the rulebook is very good and very clear. You set up the game, everybody's going to get $200,000 to start out the game. If you play multiple races, that's fine. You will not get any money. This is the only time that you get seed money. Then what you're going to do is you're going to auction off each of the characters. And then when you auction off, let's say you bid and you won on blue, then blue would go wherever you want, which would normally be in the front, and then green, and so on as you bid out. Now whoever bid last and got the last card will play their card first in the game. Once you have all the cards set up, you will shuffle the deck of cards, distribute these evenly and randomly to all of the players. On your turn, it's very easy. You're going to play this card, and you play any card you want from your hand, and you will move red 6. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Black will go next and move it 4. So maybe 1, 2, 3, 4. And then green will go last for 1, 2. So you're not always moving yourself. Whoever plays the card will get to move the cars, and you will move other people, not just yourself. So you can be strategic about what you play. The first person across the finish line will go here and get 200,000. The next person to go all the way around will get 150,000, and so on. Who should buy this game? Anybody who can find this on the cheap. I think if you had a choice between this and Downforce, you'll probably buy Downforce. Downforce has extra expansions and etc. With it, I think it has some upgraded things like the driver powers and the betting being implemented in from the start. But if you don't care about the expansions, then definitely you want to pay the cheaper price of getting Top Race, and I don't think you'll be the worst for it. Top Race is a very fantastic game. It's one of the top racing games, and in that regards, it's a keeper and one I can easily recommend to you if you don't already have Downforce.